Pokemon lovers, and welcome to a brand new episode of Rating All Pokemon, where I, Hilda, rate a whole bunch of Pokemon every week. Today, we have some cool, chilly Pokemon while it is fucking boiling outside, and I am really warm right now. But, you know, can't complain about the weather, because the sun is finally out. We've got some ice Pokemon, so let's just begin and start talking about ice Pokemon. Yeah. The first Pokemon of today is number 613, Cubchoo. Cubchoo is a small little ice bear, polar bear, baby Pokemon. It kind of looks like a teddy bear. Doesn't really look real. It has these stumpy legs and arms, and it has a lot of snot hanging out from his nose. Now, this snot, also known as its mucus, I hate this. Its mucus is pretty much what it attacks with. It uses that to make its ice attack, so when it wants to attack, it sniffs in its mucus. That's gross. And it will freeze inside of its head somewhere, and then it will spray out ice. If its mucus, I fucking hate that word, is really slimy and runny, it means that Cubchoo is in poor health and it will be less good at using ice attacks. Usually it's like a little sticky and gross, and if it has that, it is in good shape and it will be able to perform some crazy ice attacks. I say crazy, but this creature is very small and probably not very menacing, but you know, bears. Cubchoo is based on a polar bear, polar bear cub, obviously. I feel like it's also based on a teddy bear. It's like the Teddy Ursa or the Stuffle of Gen 5. It's just a tiny little stuffed animal, which, I mean, that's what it looks like, but it's a Pokemon. It's not really a stuffed animal. Now, the fact that it also always has a runny nose is most likely based on, you know, colds. It's an ice type, and usually when people have a cold, they will have a runny nose. Cubchoo's name comes from cub, as in bear cub, and achoo, which is the sound people make when they sneeze. And its German name is Petznief, which comes from, weirdly enough, the word Meisterpetz, or the character Meisterpetz, which is the German version of Brer Bear, which I didn't know was called Brer Bear until I went to Disneyland recently. Thought it was just brother. But it's Brer. It's based on that, weirdly enough, and the word schniefen, which means to sneeze. I give Cubchoo a 4 out of 5 because, you know what, even though it has mucus, it's quite adorable. At level 37, Cubchoo evolves into Beartic. Now, Beartic is a big bear with an icy beard, and this guy looks kind of menacing. This one does. And I don't know, I kind of like Beartic. It's a pretty cool looking dude, right? Now, Beartic, it can, like most ice Pokemon can, freeze its own breath. And by doing that, it can make pathways over water. It's kind of like what Lapras does. That's pretty cool. This dude inhabits northern areas and it catches prey there. And it's just pretty much a bear, but with like more abilities than a regular bear. Beartic is based on a polar bear, and that's pretty much all it's based on. And maybe a man, because it has an icicle beard. I don't know. I give Beartic a 4 out of 5. The next Pokemon for today is Cryogonal. Cryogonal is known as Cryogonal. What a terrible word. Cryogonal is known as the crystallizing Pokemon. Now, it's one of those Pokemon that I kind of forgot about once again, and now I'm like, oh yeah, that guy exists. It's kind of a weird guy, but you know, he's around. Cryogonal pretty much resembles a snowflake, and it's just an icy guy. It has these chains of ice. Now, it is born in snow clouds, apparently. I guess snowflakes are too, and when it heats up its body, it can turn into a vapor and disappear, and then it can turn cold again and reappear. Oh, magic. Cryogonal is obviously based on snowflakes and ice crystals, and the fact that it can trap prey in ice crystals may be based on a type of Nordic giant, of which the name I can't pronounce. Hrimbursar? I don't know. I'm not Nordic. My name's Nordic, but I'm not Nordic. I don't know. I don't even know this letter. What is that? But yeah, these were Nordic giants. They were made of ice and they could trap their prey into ice. And another funny fact is that its back sprite kind of looks like a mirror and it can use a lot of light-based moves. So it might be based on a glass mirror. I give Cryogonal a 3 out of 5. I'm so sorry, I kind of forgot you existed, but you know what? You are still a valuable part of the community, I guess. Next up is number 616, Shelmet. Now, I really like Shelmet. Shelmet's cute. Shelmet is a tiny little snail, and it looks like it's wearing a little helmet. I don't know if you remember, but a few episodes ago I talked about Carablast and Shelmet, and the fact that they're like, they belong together, kind of. If you trade them for each other, they will turn into their next evolutions. I don't know why they're not closer to each other in the Pokédex, but, you know, nothing ever makes sense. These little protrusions that it has on the bottom of its shell, it uses them as legs, and I think that's adorable. What is that? That's weird, but I love it. Now, it has this helmet-like shell, and when it's trying to defend itself, it will close its little helmet shell, and, you know, hang out there, and it can spit poisonous fluids to its opponents. It lives in, you know, swamps, bogs, places that are moist. Moist. So Shelmet is most likely based on the giant tube worms, snails, nautiluses. It kind of does look like a nautilus, and plate armor. It has the knighthood helmet thing. And the fact that it evolves when it's traded with Carablast, which is also kind of a knightly type Pokemon, may refer to jousting. That's cool. I love jousting. What a great time. I love watching it, not doing it. It looks painful. The French name for Shelmet is escargot, which I love. It comes from escargot, obviously, which means snail, and homme, which is a helmet. The Mandarin Chinese name quite literally means small-mouthed snail. Great. Good time. 4 out of 5. So like I said, when you trade Shelmet for Carablast, it will evolve into Accelgor. Now, Accelgor is cool. It's like a shell ninja. A shell ninja. It's great. Now, Accelgor, since it is kind of like a snail, it needs to always have moisture in its body. And to keep itself from losing that moisture, it is always covered in this this cloth, this membrane that is a little bit wet to keep it from losing its hydration. It is very, very fast, and it can use attacks that are similar to ninjas. It turns from a knight into a ninja, but still looks like a knight, kind of, but it's pretty much a ninja. And again, it lives in swamps, moist habitats. Moist. Accelgor might be based on an auto racer because it has these racing stripes on its helmet, or a ninja. And again, the giant tube worm. And that just reminds me of the flailing arm guys. The giant flailing arm tube men. Tube men.
Wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man. Wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man.
And the fact that it has like this cloth-like stuff and it's a bug type reminds us and Bulbapedia of a bagworm pupa. Pupa. I think Accelgor is a very cool dude, and I give it a 5 out of 5. Thank you so much for watching, my guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you enjoyed today's Pokemon, and I hope you have a very, very lovely day. Please don't forget to tell all of your friends about me. I love it when people talk about me. It's great. Yeah. All right. Now, while we're at this, Accelgor or Escavalier? Escavalier. Which one's your favorite out of the two boys? I like them both a lot. I think I like Escavalier a little bit more. Tiny bit. Tiny bit. See you again next time. Bye!